How to fix Modern Warfare 2 safe mode error. Welcome back to Tenebalta. During our recent investigations into the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 safe mode crash, we discovered a critical error loop that frustrates many players. Whether you click yes, no, or cancel on the safe mode prompt, the game immediately crashes to the desktop. Tenebalta's technical team has thoroughly diagnosed this issue to bring you the definitive guide on resolving it permanently. Our testing revealed that deep packet inspection bypass tools are the primary culprit behind this specific crash. Applications like Goodbye DPI conflict directly with the Ricochet anti-cheat system, forcing an immediate safe mode termination. We strongly advise completely closing these background network utilities and their associated services from the task manager before launching the game. We always recommend starting with a clean baseline by verifying the integrity of your game files through your digital storefront. Corrupted executable files or missing asset packages will instantly trigger the safe mode warning during the initial boot sequence. Simply right-click Modern Warfare 2 in your library, navigate to Properties, and select the Verify Integrity option. Tenebalta's analysis showed that lingering corrupted display driver configurations frequently cause initialization failures in the Call of Duty engine. To fix this, you must boot Windows into safe mode and use Display Driver Uninstaller to completely wipe your current graphics drivers. After restarting, install the absolute latest stable driver package directly from the official manufacturer website. Sometimes the game engine lacks the necessary operating system permissions to write to its local configuration files. We tested this fix and confirmed that running both the main executable and the bootstrapper application as an administrator resolves local permission denials. Right-click these files in your installation directory, go to Compatibility, and check the box to run as administrator. During our deep dive diagnostics, we found that advanced exploit protection mechanisms within Windows can misidentify the game engine. Navigating to your system security settings and explicitly disabling mandatory Address Space Layout Randomization for the Call of Duty executables bypasses this block. This prevents the operating system from forcefully closing the application during memory allocation. Our team noticed that Modern Warfare 2 often fails to generate its necessary configuration files if your Documents folder is heavily synced. Cloud storage solutions frequently lock the player profile folder, denying the game read and write access during startup. Unlinking these cloud services from your Documents folder or pausing the synchronization process entirely allows the game to create its initial state files. Windows-controlled folder access is a strict ransomware protection feature that often blocks legitimate high-performance game processes. Tenebalta verified that disabling this feature temporarily or adding the entire Call of Duty installation directory to the exclusion list solves boot loop issues. You can find this specific toggle under the Virus and Threat Protection menu in your system settings. Outdated or corrupted visual runtimes and graphics libraries are notorious for causing immediate desktop crashes upon launch. We highly recommend downloading the latest all-in-one redistributable packages and running a complete repair installation. Afterwards, use the official end-user runtime web installer to ensure all legacy graphic libraries are perfectly intact on your system. Hardware control software for your advanced mouse, keyboard, or headset can sometimes inject incompatible overlays into the game window. Our testing showed that completely closing these peripheral management applications from the system tray stabilizes the initial game launch. Keep these utilities disabled until you successfully bypass the safe mode warning screen. Modern anti-cheat systems heavily rely on secure hardware states to verify the integrity of your operating system environment. Tenebalta's engineers recommend accessing your motherboard firmware settings to ensure that Secure Boot is fully enabled and actively running. If your system is running in a legacy compatibility mode, you will need to disable it to fully satisfy the anti-cheat security requirements. A highly effective method we discovered is forcing the game engine to rebuild its entire configuration cache from scratch. Navigate to your Documents directory, locate the Call of Duty folder, and completely delete the internal player configuration subfolder. The next time you launch the title, it will automatically download fresh, uncorrupted configuration blueprints from the central servers. Any background software that attempts to draw custom interface elements over the active game screen can trigger a fatal rendering crash. We systematically tested communication applications and confirmed that interactive game overlays are a primary offender during startup. Head into your application user settings and disable any in-game overlay features completely before attempting to launch Modern Warfare 2 again. In some rare but fully documented cases during our investigation, regional language packs caused critical parsing errors within the software engine. We found that temporarily switching your primary display language to English United States resolves these obscure character encoding crashes. You can easily modify your preferred regional language through the time and language menu in your system settings. Modern operating systems apply built-in full-screen optimizations that sometimes conflict with native high-performance rendering engines. To eliminate this rendering variable, locate your main game executable, open its compatibility properties, and check the box to disable full-screen optimizations. This forces the game client to handle its own window management without invisible interference from the desktop composition manager. Network connectivity blocks during the initial secure handshake with the central matchmaking servers will prompt an immediate safe mode crash. Tenable2 advises opening your system firewall and ensuring that Call of Duty is explicitly checked for both private and public network access. If the required network entries are missing, manually add the main executables to the allowed applications list. Running out of dynamically allocated system memory during the extremely heavy initial asset load is a very common failure point. We recommend manually setting your system page file size to a minimum of 16 gigabytes on your fastest solid-state drive. This configuration provides the game engine with a massive memory buffer to prevent out-of-bounds exception crashes. Unstable memory timings or aggressive processor overclocks frequently reveal themselves specifically when the game engine attempts to compile complex shaders. Our technical team suggests entering your system firmware and temporarily disabling advanced memory profiles or manual processor overclocks to test stability. Returning your primary hardware to its default factory specifications is absolutely crucial for isolating hardware-induced launch crashes. Corrupted temporary data packages in your launcher client can prevent critical micro-updates from applying correctly to the local game directory. Navigating to your digital client settings and thoroughly clearing the download cache forces a completely fresh synchronization process. You will need to authenticate your account credentials again after this process, but it guarantees a pristine connection to the global update servers. To completely rule out hidden background services, we utilize the built-in system configuration tool to perform a pristine clean boot environment. By disabling all non-essential third-party services and removing all startup items in the task manager, you create a pure software testing environment. If the game launches flawlessly in this isolated state, you can gradually re-enable specific services to identify the exact conflicting software module. As a final definitive measure, our investigation concluded that structural file system errors on your storage drive might be the underlying root cause. We recommend fully uninstalling Modern Warfare 2 and reinstalling the complete package to a completely different physical drive, preferably a high-speed solid-state drive. This aggressive step eliminates any possibility of damaged physical disk sectors, interfering with the complex file architecture of the game. We hope this exhaustive technical guide has resolved your launch issues and successfully returned you to the active battlefield. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more.